What the heck? I just watched the latest episode of Itabar. Can you believe what happened to Pari and how Hamza is reacting to it? Welcome to Pakistani Reviews by Uzma. I am your host Uzma, and today we have 3 new dramas and 1 completed drama, and I'm so excited to talk about them. So let's grab our chai shai, have some gup shup, and start some drama shama. So the first drama I want to talk about is Aitebaar, and that has Pari and Hamza. And they are so in love, so into each other in the beginning. He's very obsessed with her, and you see this as Pari's sister is getting married and somebody's taking pictures of Pari. So he comes in the middle of the wedding and he knocks down that person's camera and he says, "I don't want my sister-in-law's wedding with cheapos like this," and he almost breaks up the wedding. And Pari's like shocked, oh my gosh. And so everything gets sorted out with that, but Hamza is obsessed. He picks her, he drops her, he just stares at her and wants to be with her all the time. And he's also a great son-in-law, takes care of his sister-in-law, takes care of his mother-in-law, and does everything that needs to be done. But then one night, something happens. Pari is a doctor and she goes to take care of a patient. On the way home, their car stops. And so what happens is something very, terrible and not good, and Hamza's reaction is what I want to talk about. This is kind of a spoiler, but it's something that is really bothering me because this man, Hamza, is so in love with this Pari. You know, they can't have kids, he doesn't care, he picks her, he drops her, he stares at her, he buys her things, he wants to be with her all the time. And then an incident happens, and all of a sudden, he has no itabar, no trust. How can that happen, right? And the thing is that in the drama, nothing happens to Pari. She is fine. She, gets a little tousled up, jumps out of a car because she gets kidnapped. So that's another spoiler. And so what happens is the story is really based on how Hamza, so obsessed, so in love with her, does not trust her and believe her. But if you look at it, the reaction that she has is so like, believe me, nothing happened. Because if something had happened to her, if she was touched or something wrong had happened, she wouldn't be acting normal. She wouldn't be saying, oh my gosh, nothing happened, believe me. Somebody who is attacked and who has something terrible happen to them really acts different from the way Pari is acting. So every week we will uncover whether the trust builds or whether it breaks up, or if maybe even somebody comes in the middle, right? So stay tuned and watch Aitebaar. It's really good, and I don't think I gave that much a spoiler. It's just really kind of a background. What I love about it is the caring of Hamza towards his in-laws. I really love the love that they show the first couple of episodes, how they are so in love with each other, like a pure love, right? What I don't like and what my opinion is that he might have been overly obsessed, and in a husband and wife relationship, you have to trust. Why would somebody lie about something so big, right? This is a time where if something was wrong, you would come together and talk about it and heal. So is his love really true? Was it really a true love, or was it just this image and this picture in his mind? In my opinion, I'm very disappointed in Hamza so far. There's still a lot of episodes to come. Maybe he'll redeem himself, but right now I'm very disappointed in the husband he is and the man that he is, because he did not show any love, any support for his wife. He's just obsessed and thinking about himself. Okay, so the next drama we're going to talk about is Mete Humsafar. It has 2 really famous actresses, Farhan Sayed and Hania Amir, who will play Hamza and Hala. And the story starts off with Hala, who's a young girl, and her dad comes and drops her off because he's going overseas and says to his brothers and his mom, please take care of my daughter. I can't take her with me. Raise her, I'll give you money. So then they raise her and they're not nice to her. They make sure she doesn't go to the best school. They make her clean, they make her cook, that Cinderella story that happens in Pakistani dramas. And she gets older and her dadi is still there, and her dadi really protects her. But her 2 aunts are very mean to her, especially her oldest aunt. Makes her cook, watches what she's doing, you know, when her daughters are getting proposals or anything, make sure she stays in the other room, is really, really abusive to her, which is so sad because in this family, the mother-in-law, the dadi, she is so abusive to her daughter-in-law. She yells at them, she screams at them, which causes the husbands to yell and be really mean to the wives, especially the older brother to his wife. And she starts building up a lot of resentment over the years and takes it out on everybody. And it's really sad the way that she's being treated. But then she's also taking that anger out, rather than changing her mindset and changing her ways, she's taking it out on Hala. So Hala gets older and is not treated right and falls in love with a boy. But because of the conflict that's going on in the house, the mother-in-law, Dadi, says that she's going to marry Hala to the oldest. And in the house, there's also 2 other cousins, and one of them likes Hamza as well. So she's mad at Hala, and Hala's like, no, you know, I don't want to marry Hamza. I never had those feelings. I like somebody else. So it's really a lot of, you know, bickering and getting back and resentfulness in this drama. But it's also about this young girl who is taking so much. And it's about how if you're treated badly, then you should learn from that. Just because you're treated badly doesn't mean you should be treating other people badly. So you're seeing a lot of bad behavior and a lot of repetition over the years. What happens next is yet to be seen because it's still the beginning. So I just wanted you to know about this drama because it looks like it's something that is going to be very interesting to see who Hamza marries. And when he does, if he does marry, will he allow the abuse to continue? And how the mother-in-law, the oldest aunt, will treat her daughter-in-law. Will she learn from her lessons or not? What I love about this is how Hanya is very, very sweet and listens, and how one of the uncles is very loving and comforting to her. So there are good people in the family. What my opinion about it is that it's still another drama of a joint family and intermarriages, but I really, really am scared, and I don't know if it's really scared or if it's just disappointed or shocked. I don't know how, you know, generational things happen where like the dadi is so bad to the daughter-in-law. So the daughter-in-law, instead of being like, I don't like this behavior, I don't like the way someone talks to me, I'm going to be kind, I'm going to be a better person. Instead of improving, they just become even more evil, because in this, the dadi doesn't, you know, verbally abuses, right? But this mother-in-law, you know, she hits, she yells, and the aunt who's going to be the mother-in-law to somebody. And it's just really, really amazing to see how people, you know, take everything in and they don't learn from their mistakes. So they're bitter and they're angry and they want other people to feel their misery as them. If we learn in society that if we are treated badly, if something doesn't make us happy, we switch our mindset to becoming happy, to becoming kinder to other people, then everything else becomes kinder as well. But what happens is generation after generation after generation, it's abuse and abuse and abuse, and the cycle has to stop. So let's see if something happens, you know, if somebody steps in or if she decides that this is not the way she wants to treat other people in her lives as well. So good luck to Hala in this, and let's see who Hamza chooses to marry. A drama that I really, really wanted to talk about tonight, today, this afternoon, whenever you're watching, is Parizad. I've talked about it before. It has ended and the ending was beautiful. Annie and Parizad, they got together. They, you know, he was able to, you know, see her. She was able to see him because she had the eye surgery. And it was really, really, I like the way they brought it together. And that person that he loved, he was able to have the last scene with. But what, you know, I love about it is that this drama really showed the evolution of somebody who came from nothing, who was called, Parizad, who didn't look good, went through all these trials, still stayed humble, still stayed the same, but learned and took the steps he needed to have the life that he wanted. And through luck or through hard work or honesty, whatever it is, it shows that if you're a good person, good things will eventually happen to you, right? In my opinion, I was very, very sad also throughout the whole thing because Parizad had such a good heart, was smart, was so generous and wanted to give to so many people and helped out so many people, but his own self-worth and his own self-confidence were never there. He was so worried about the way he looked and the way he was that he didn't make himself worthy of himself. Even until the end, he didn't feel worthy. Other people had to make him feel worthy. And if he wanted something, even though he had all the money in the world, he would not go get it because he had those blocks of no confidence. So it really shows that if you want something, you can get it, but really, really build yourself up and have that worthiness. What you see, other people don't see. Right? Annie didn't see his face. Annie didn't care about anything. And Annie just looked at his personality, what a good person he was. Right? It's really about what's in here. All of this doesn't matter. And that's what Parizad needed to learn. And he still has a long way to learn that. So I hope Annie helps him through that in the end. So Parizad, amazing drama. If you thought it was slow or if you haven't started it yet and you're not sure, really watch it. It really, really shows a series and a lifelong journey of a man who really, really pushed and severed and, had all those, blocks and those things that we have as a person, right? And it was just amazing. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, please share, and post below which drama you're watching and what is your favorite. So that's it. Until the next week, take care. Bye-bye.